You always call me a dainty princess.
I like it sometimes, but that was ridiculous.
Hi y'all, and welcome back. We have some more obnoxious Q&A questions to get through. All of these are going to be her regular ask me a question, she answers them. But I was looking at her story this morning and she actually posted a new type of ask me a question. She said, I'm going to insert that here. She said that we can only ask her questions that have yes or no answers, and that it's going to be fun and exciting. And she said get creative and juicy, which is like disgusting. But I think this new game is just because she's too lazy to actually give a response. She just wants to put yes or no, and I'm convinced she's just going to close her eyes and pick an answer. Also, I'm sorry y'all if I sound stuffy. I don't know why. I woke up about half an hour ago, but I'm not sick, so if it's annoying you, I'm sorry. We're just going to get right into these questions. So the first one we have is somebody asked, why did you turn off comments from your last vlog? Amber responded, because the fat shaming of Alexis on my channel wasn't gonna fly. Which I actually think is interesting because Alexis recently made a TikTok that kind of, at least I would assume from Amber's perspective, was fat shaming. I'll put that here if I can find it. And I don't have TikTok, but I'm fairly certain that Alexis has deleted this TikTok since it's been uploaded, but still I don't understand why Amberlynn is all over Alexis again when Alexis has on multiple occasions shaded Amber. And side note, I don't think Alexis has any room to talk. We all know that Amberlynn's a big catfish, but I would argue that Alexis is an even bigger one. I mean, look at this picture that was posted a few days ago. I mean, my gosh, she looks just as big as Amber. So next we have kind of a continuation to this question. Somebody said, no, you turned off your comments because you couldn't handle them, and I agree. Amber said, if you've been watching me long enough, you'd know I don't ever turn off the YouTube comments unless there's a very good reason. If a friend of mine asks me to turn off the comments because of their mental health, I'm instantly doing it. Period. And I think that's interesting that, Amber just told us that the reason she turned it off was because Alexis told her to. But on multiple social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, as we just saw, Alexis is putting herself out there, so I don't think it's really fair for her to say, oh, you need to turn off comments because I'm feeling offended. Oh, and by the way, Amber, criticism is not a good reason to turn off comments. I mean, gosh, the whole cake thing didn't happen too long ago, and that wasn't a good reason. I mean, people were just telling you how unfair that was, that you were throwing away an item of an expensive thing of food that was actually gifted to you by a supporter. It all just comes down to the fact that she can't handle criticism, and apparently nobody else in her life can either. So next we have an annoying one, but all of them are. Somebody asked, what do you usually journal about? Amber said, feelings/thoughts I had in that day, updating things in my life like storylines of stuff I'm going through/was going through, about people in my life, what I did that day, etc. I genuinely always have something to journal about. And this is a tangent, but do you remember that clip where Amber and Beck were in Walmart and Amber was like, oh, I was going over to look at the paper, and Beck was like, you don't need any paper. That just popped in my head because the whole journal obsession is absolutely ridiculous. Do y'all think she's ever completed a single journal from front page to back page? It's like she uses one page of a journal and she's like, I don't like the cover anymore. We're going to be moving on to the next one. And also, journaling is a great outlet, but what Amber needs is a therapist. You can't buy a therapist at Walmart, girl. You got to get up out of there. Alright, so somebody said you previously said you've had Twinkie longer than Rarity/Wasabi, but that isn't true. Amber responded, I've had Wasabi the longest, but Twinkie is the oldest, so I simply misspoke. And the whole pet thing with Amberlynn just roused me up because of how bad of a pet owner she has been in the past and continues to be. So all I'm going to say for this one is, Amber, your entire life is a series of you misspeaking. Next, we have a full-blown lie.
You're a lie. You're a lie.
Somebody rightfully asked, why do you only respond to the negative comments? Amber said, I normally don't, but I do allow myself some room to explain/stick up for myself on days where I feel it's needed. And Miss Girl, I don't know if it's the lack of orange chicken to your little noggin, but you do only respond to the negative questions. I'd say 95% of the questions that she's responded to on her Instagram Q&As are negative ones. And I remember, especially towards the very beginning of when Amber started YouTube, a lot of people were asking her, they're like, you have quite a few supporters, but you seem to only acknowledge the people that don't like you, the people that hate on you. How come you never try and build up the community that actually likes you, but you focus on these people that criticize you? And I think that's true to this day. Amberlynn only responds to the quote-unquote haters. So next we have something that actually a lot of people have been speculating about. Someone asked, are you using AI to respond to these questions? People also think, oh, maybe it's Tommy responding. And I think this speculation is actually very telling of Amberlynn's lack of intelligence, because she's responding with, one sentence, maybe two, and people are thinking it's AI. That really shows that she has not shown herself to be even literate in the past 10 years she's been on YouTube. And lo and behold, Amberlynn admits it. She said, no, but it's weird you asked because I did use it today for the moon landing question. LOL, it genuinely helped me bring all my thoughts together in one place. I also didn't want to say anything that wasn't backed with facts. Side note, AI is low-key starting to freak me out. I have to take a deep breath because anything that Amberlynn's little pea brain can't wrap itself around freaks her out. I think it's crazy that Amberlynn had to use AI to compose her thoughts about something she's supposedly so passionate about. I mean, in the past, on multiple occasions, she's said, oh, the moon landing's fake. The moon's not even real. She said, where's the light? Where's the light? The moon's not even real. So if you're so passionate about this, why do you need an external source to back up your thoughts? Not even back up, but to write them for you. And also, Amber, every single time you look in the mirror should be evidence that the moon is real. So next, somebody asked, do you play any table games at the casino or just stick to slots? Amber said, just stick to slots. I've wanted to play roulette, but I haven't gotten the chance. And I don't know much about casinos. Some of y'all know I'm only 20, so I haven't been to any casinos. I actually have only been to like 3 separate states in my life. But for somebody who's at the casino getting drunk with her girlfriends, like, what do you mean you haven't gotten the chance? And also, instead of playing these games and playing slots to win money, why don't you play some weight loss to win some health back? So next, somebody asked, what's your obsession right now? Amber responded, highlighters/word searches. And I would bet y'all that Amber buys the word searches that are meant for like elementary schoolers, and then she can't even figure out the word. She's probably still struggling. She's probably turning to Salami every like 5 minutes, and it's like, baby, can you help me find this word? And Salami's like, I'll help you, baby, if you stick this cheeseburger down your esophagus first. Sorry, y'all, I'm all riled up. So next we have somebody asked, do you think people confuse your kindness for weakness? That's the kind of vibe I get. Side note, are there any other Lana stans here today? The first thing I thought of when I read this was, you mistook my kindness for weakness. What do y'all think about her recent marriage? I saw her in concert. It was either last year or 2 years ago. It was the first concert I'd ever been to, and she actually came to my hometown. But anyways, Amber responded, maybe, but kindness is never weakness. Neither is sensitivity or empathy. And out of the 4 adjectives in her response, only one resonates with her, and that's weak. And that's both mentally and physically. Also, Amber's response just shows that she truly does possess 0 mental capability. She completely misunderstands what questions are even asking. This person asked if people confuse your kindness for weakness, not if kindness is weakness. But to answer this question, since Amber's supposed 140 IQ has been lowered to about a 1 IQ, no, people don't confuse it because Amber has never had an act of kindness in her entire life. So this next one's going to rile me up. It's going to rile a lot of y'all up too. Somebody asked, any new diet plans coming up that you want to start soon? Amber said, I'm thinking about it, yes. And whoa, y'all, do I even have to comment on this one? What in the world does she mean I'm thinking about it? Even if you did possess the ability to think, Big Al, you need to be doing a lot more than thinking about your excess 500 pounds. Her health is not something she should be proud of or even indifferent about. I know she's heard this 879,000 times, but she needs to start doing more than thinking about her health. So next somebody asked a question, and her response honestly made me personally upset, but that's just because I've been wanting snow here for so dang long. Somebody asked, are you ready to experience/deal with snow this winter? Amber said, I've dealt with snow for the last 13 years of my life. It snowed in Virginia and Kentucky, and it snows in Oklahoma. I hate it. As most of y'all know, I live in the South, and we used to have snow here every single winter. It wasn't much, but we'd have it. We have not had snow, and it's been like 2 or 3 years. I mean, I think it was Christmas before last. It was like 70 degrees on Christmas. Wearing shorts on Christmas should be a crime. So boo-hoo-hoo, Amberlynn, that you've dealt with snow for the past decade of your life. Your 28,000 layers of blubber couldn't handle like 100-degree heat, so be thankful you even have the snow. Also, speaking of snow, I have my baby Snow on my lap. I have my snow boots. If y'all haven't seen it, I actually put up a community post yesterday of my babies. So next somebody asked, how do you and Tommy handle all the hate? Amber said, I've been dealing with it for so long that I'm used to it. Kind of like exposure therapy. Just something I'm numb to at this point. I don't know how Tommy does it though. She's new to it, but she's also strong, has a whole life outside the internet, and she's genuinely a good person, so she's able to be cognizant of the fact that the hate doesn't define her at all. And also, I just know if we looked at Amber's search history on her phone, this would be coming up. Synonym for aware. Ooh, cognizant. That makes me look smart. Regarding her response, I think it's interesting that she said Tommy has a whole life outside of the internet, because to me it kind of implies that she's saying that she herself doesn't. I mean, we know that Amber doesn't. Every single person she's met, every single thing she does corresponds to her life on the internet, but it's interesting to me that she's kind of implying that, because we know Amber, she does not like to admit that fact, although she's probably just too stupid to realize that's what she's implying. Someone asked, how are you tonight? Amber said, it's currently 6:30 a.m. I woke up about an hour ago, but I'm good, trying to make a to-do list of what I need to do today. And Miss Girl, we all know you ain't got nothing else to do besides fit your 18,000 meals Miss Slumps has prepared for you into your tums today. And I don't believe that she woke up at 5:30. I think that Amberlynn was up all night, and she looked at the clock and was like, ooh, dang, it's 5:30, I just better get up now. So next, someone asked if Amber reads all the questions people send. She said, no, I don't. I just randomly scroll and pick. If it's too awful or just annoying, I won't reply, I'll block. If it's too personal or something I don't feel like talking about, I also won't reply. But normally just a random scroll decides on what I answer. And we all know how easy it is to get blocked by Amber. You just have to point out one of her 8 trillion inconsistencies and boom, you're done.
You're done. You're done.
Next, somebody asked, have any fans approached you and Tommy yet? Amber responded, not Tommy, but approached me in front of Tommy? Yes, multiple times. Even in front of Alexis, lol. And oh my gosh, could you imagine what a sight to behold? Seeing Amber, Miss Sloms, and Alexis just living it up in the casino? I would die. So someone else said, YouTube's schedule is flexible. You should work when it suits you. That's one of the perks. Amber responded, definitely, and I'm very grateful for that. Always will be. And I don't think Amber's grateful for that. She's never had a legitimate job in her entire life where she's had to adhere to a schedule. So in my opinion, she's never known any differently. And regardless of the flexibility of a YouTuber's schedule, I don't agree that she should only work when it suits her. I mean, this is your job. You gotta show up. And beyond that, all of Amber's content is so low effort. I mean, all she has to do is take her camera, lift it up, film a 10-minute video of herself, and boom, that's all the work she does for an entire week. I mean, gosh, this girl doesn't even edit. What do you mean when it suits her? Even if it didn't, it takes 5 seconds to even put something up. Next, we have something that I actually received a funny comment about in my last part. Somebody asked, does Tommy like to play any video games? Do you play video games? Amber responded, nah, she doesn't really play them, but I do. I'm definitely a video game girly. So quirky. The new Mario Party comes out in a few days. I'm so dang excited. And before I talk about Jamboree, I do want to say, I'm going to reiterate what this comment I got said. Amberlynn, when she was living with Crystal, Crystal was a huge into video games. She was always on her Xbox, particularly Guitar Hero she was really into, and every single time it was brought up, Amber was just disgusted. She was like, if you hear that clicking, that's just Crystal playing. Like, she was never into it. So it's really weird that all of a sudden Amber's adopted this gamer girl identity. And also, in my opinion, playing exclusively mobile games, and specifically Mario franchise on the Nintendo Switch, does not classify you as a gamer. I would call myself a gamer, but that's because I have 3 different consoles and a PC I play regularly on, and still Amber would probably see herself as more than one than me. It's like in Amber's mind, once she starts doing something and liking it, all of a sudden that makes her an expert. But aside from that, as for the new Mario Party, I know a lot of times I do put Nintendo music in my videos. I specifically also put Animal Crossing music in my videos. I am so excited for this new Mario Party. I pre-ordered it about a month ago and it ships on the 16th. Today's the 14th. I'm getting it for my birthday, which is in November. I am so excited as well. So this next one is absurd. Somebody asked Amber, will you do a taste test with Tommy trying your famous chili? Amber said yes, we plan on doing that. And we all know Tommy's a murderer. But Amber's gonna be one too if she lets anyone eat this chili. That is disgusting. I don't know why Tommy would even agree to eat it. Has she not seen the videos in the past of Amber's sink water slop soups? It's disgusting. If you can bear to watch it, I'll insert just a few clips of this quote-unquote famous chili.
I just figured, okay, I can show you guys today. So this is how the chili is going. There is a lot more onion than I thought, but the reason why I cut it in like big chunks like this, Becky said that's cool so she can like pick it out because all her family cooks with onion too. So she's used to doing that. But I haven't had onion in a while because Becky does not like onion, so I don't cook with it. But she's like, you know what, baby, you can cook with it. And I'm like, cool, thanks. So I just made it a little bit easier for her. So there it is, finished. Looks super good. Becky picked out some of her onions, gave them to me, as you can tell, but there we go. And this is a half a serving of cheese, Mexican cheese. Black pepper, minced onion, garlic salt, 4 types of Mrs. Dash's, the table blend, original blend, garlic and herb, onion and herb, minced garlic, ground cumin, cayenne pepper, chicken broth, mushrooms, 2 things of ground turkey. I prefer the 90% lean, 10% fat. Can of black beans, can of kidney beans, can of chickpeas. Obviously the chili packet. I use about 3/4 of this tomato juice can, tomato sauce, and some tomato paste. So first I'm gonna spray a little bit of canola oil spray. And then we're gonna add the meat. Then we're gonna break it down. So while the meat is cooking, you're going to want to add some of the seasonings. We're going to start with the minced garlic, black pepper, garlic salt, minced onion, and all the Mrs. Dash seasonings. And then you're going to stir it. So some of the seasonings won't be added until later. You're going to want to add the mushrooms so they can cook with the meat. So once the meat and the mushrooms are cooked, you're gonna add the chili powder. Then after you stir that, you're gonna wanna add your chicken broth. So I did add all of that. Then the tomato juice. I forgot to show you, but I also add diced tomatoes, a little bit of tomato sauce, tomato paste, then the ground cumin, the cayenne pepper, stir that. Hopefully by then you would have rinsed your beans, and then you add those. And then for about 20 minutes, you just let it cook, marinate with each other, but remember to check on it and stir it occasionally. So it is complete. So here is the chili. You guys, it is so freaking amazing. It is a perfect freaking night for chili because it is raining out and Becky has a Christmas movie going. It's just the perfect time. So yum. I wish you guys were here to try this. You'd love it. Love it, love it, love it.
So if you're still alive after watching all that, the next question is, are you the happiest you've ever been because Tommy doesn't oppose your lifestyle choices? This is a good question. Amber responded, I've been in 7 serious relationships and none but one opposed my lifestyle choices, and that was Feline. Everyone else just accepted me for who I was. If I wanted to lose weight, they supported that. If I didn't want to, they also supported that, which I have a big thing to say. So your question doesn't make much sense. Tommy wants me healthy and happy, so she absolutely supports me in losing weight. I wouldn't be with someone who didn't, period. She is even willing to lose weight with me. And first of all, before I even get into what I was going to say, Amberlynn completely contradicted herself in her response. So first, Amber said, I've been in 7 serious relationships and they accepted me for who I was. If I wanted to lose weight, they supported that. If I didn't want to, they also supported that. But then, at the end, Amber said, Tommy wants me healthy and happy. She supports me in losing weight. I wouldn't be with someone who didn't. Even though you literally just said that you've been in 7 relationships with people who supported you if you didn't want to lose weight. I don't understand how Amber posts these responses and doesn't even realize how stupid she sounds. I mean, that is a huge contradiction. And also, although I do agree people should accept you for who you are, but Amber, your weight isn't who you are. It's like, I don't understand why Amber can't separate herself from her body. She claims that we're fat phobic, but honestly, I believe that she is. She views herself as only her weight, and although she claims she doesn't, all of these responses and everything that Amber says proves that she does. Yes, your relationships should accept you for who you are, but that doesn't mean that they should support your decisions in deteriorating yourself. Especially in the past few years, she has been actively killing herself, and so when her partners support that or even are indifferent to that, they don't care about her. They truly don't. So on a lighter note, somebody asked, hey Amber, are you doing Vlogmas this year? Amber said, I'm honestly not sure yet. I go back and forth, and I think that's ridiculous because she has nothing else to do. What do you mean you don't know if you're doing Vlogmas? On a related note, if you want to check it out, I do have a series on my channel of every single Christmas from 2013 to 2023 in the Amberverse. So in this next one, somebody asked, did you see the new episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters? Their progress is inspiring. Amber said, no, I haven't seen it yet. I'm so behind on literally everything that I watch, including YouTube. And first, I just have to say it. What do you mean you're behind on everything? You haven't posted a vlog in 2 weeks. You are not that busy. You have nothing going on. I mean, my gosh, everyone's different, but I'm a full-time college student and I've been putting out videos every single day. If I can do it, Amber can do it. And secondly, I don't keep up with 1,000-Pound Sisters, but I have seen updated pictures of Amy and Tammy Slayton, and I mean, they're doing great. I do think that this question could be a little dig at Amber because her progress isn't inspiring. But good, she needs that because they were even heavier than she is, and they dadgum did it. So we have a few questions about Feline, and it's clear that Amberlynn does not like talking about her, as we'll see. Someone asked, did you feel pressured into weight loss surgery when with Feline? Amber said not at all because it was my idea to get weight loss surgery. She supported whatever decision I chose regarding that, which I absolutely disagree with. I think Amber's just trying to give herself credit for wanting to lose weight, which you shouldn't even have to. She should be the one who wants herself to lose weight more than anyone. But I think, and a lot of other people think, that Amber ultimately deciding not to get weight loss surgery was the final straw for Feline. I mean, right after that decision was made, Feline took her new shoes, her new stuff, and ran herself on out of there. Whoa, in this next one, somebody said, I love how people decide it's okay to comment on your body because you're a quote-unquote bad person. Amber responded, this. First of all, the only people that think that Amber isn't a bad person are the people that haven't been around long enough to know the terrible things she's done. I mean, this was about a year ago at this point, but I remember when I'd only put out a few videos, and this was after the MichaelBePetty compilations, and I got quite a few comments of people accusing me of bullying her. And once I responded, I mean, I gave great detail into why she's such a bad person, and I honestly got responses back that were like, oh my gosh, I didn't know all this information. The only people that like Amber are the ones who have no idea what she's done. And so Amber agreeing and saying, oh, this, I mean, does she not mind that the only people that like her have no idea what her past is and who haven't been watching her for a while? So next, I actually think that this is really funny it's brought up because in a recent video, I did include a clip of Amberlynn talking about how scared she was to have loose skin after weight loss.
But I have this fear of extra skin, and sometimes I think I would rather be big than have extra skin. It's really annoying, to be honest with you, because this fear is like in my heart. Like, it's all I can think about. It's like in my head, my heart. It kind of makes, I kind of feel it physical. Like it's that big of a fear, and I do not know what to do about it, and I feel like it's gonna sabotage me in the long run, and I don't want that to happen. I know there's surgeries, but guess what? I have no money, I have no income, I have no job, I have no insurance, I don't have anything. And surgery I have never had. It's a terrifying thought. I just wish I could lose weight and not have extra skin. That's just how I wish it is, but it's not. I remember when I was down 89 pounds, I already had loose skin. Like, it was bad already. I can't even imagine, like, how it would be if I kept losing, and a part of me feels like I sabotaged myself subconsciously because of extra skin. Like, it is the biggest fear for me in this whole weight loss thing. And if you guys have any suggestions on what I should do to stop that fear from haunting me like every day, please let me know, because I literally, it's like an ache in my heart. Like, it sounds pathetic, but it's true. Like, it is an ache in my heart. It is that big of a fear for me.
Somebody asked, are you nervous about loose skin after significant weight loss? Amber said, not at all. A decade ago, this was a fear I had, but I look back and don't even recognize myself. Yeah, you don't recognize yourself because you've gained 400 daggone pounds. And I do think it's totally normal to be nervous about loose skin after weight loss, but I don't think it should hinder one's decision to lose weight. Alright y'all, we're gonna do a few more and then I'll save the rest for the next part. Someone asked, did you have a 3 or 4 way with Tommy and Alexis and her partner with 2 pepper emojis? Amber said, ha ha ha, no, Tommy and I don't share. And this is very repulsive, and the thought of that makes me want to end this video now and go throw up, so we're not going to talk about this one, we're going to be moving on. Next one is almost just as disgusting. Somebody asked, when will we see more Tommy? I genuinely love how you both light up around each other. Amber said, aw, thank you. And don't you know Amber lights up around any food or any food source, including Tommy? It ain't about Tommy, it's about what Tommy provides. Remember that video of Amberlynn saying she wishes people could marry food and that she'd marry orange chicken a million times over? And I know she played it off as a joke, but you could see it in that girl's eyes. She was being absolutely for real. So next, somebody asked, how does it feel being a narcissist? To which Amber replied, spicy. And I mean, I think Amber was trying to be fun and cute and quirky with this response, but it's honestly just really bad. She's been called a narcissist for many years now, so it would make sense why she's kind of used to it, but still, just saying spicy is kind of a gross way to respond to this. So next, someone asked, will you rate your exes from 1 to 10, all of them, and could you imagine if Amber actually did this? Amber responded, that sounds a wee bit hectic. So if Amber won't respond, let's respond ourselves. Y'all help me in the comments. What do you think Amber would rate her exes from? Personally, let's go from the very beginning. Crystal, I think she'd rate her around a 5. Pretty neutral. Like I said before, the Guitar Hero did get on Amber's nerves, but maybe Crystal was the driving factor that inspired Amber's gamer girl identity to this day. As for Destiny, absolutely a 10 she'd rate her as. Beck, she'd probably rate her a -10. Wipey, maybe like a 2 because she was into the whole wiper action, but then again, Wipey took off, and in this Q&A, she does seem pretty bitter about Wipey. I don't know if I'd consider Erica really her ex, but she'd probably rate her a -20 just because she was saying how Erica she was so much drama, and we obviously know there was a lot of drama going on, but remember all the stuff with the Life 360 and Amber saying how Erica didn't get back to her, and so I think Amber was pretty riled up about that. And as for Tommy, we know where she would vote there. She'd vote her a 10 for her, and she'd probably vote her a 20 for the 20-piece McNugget that Tommy's buying her. Alright, lovies, so on that note, we're going to end this part. There will be more parts. I know y'all been liking this, so that's good. I wanted to show y'all this picture because it's become kind of a tradition for me to show kitty pictures at the end of these videos. So, as y'all may know, this is my Snow Boots, and she was helping Mama study yesterday. She's a hard-working girl, huh? I want to thank y'all so much for being here. I love reading y'all's comments and knowing what y'all are up to throughout your day. Thank you again for being here, and I do care about each one of you so deeply. From me and my fur babies, we love you, and bye-bye.